everybody, welcome to Planet Spark. My name is Nidhi and today we are going to start our revision for grade 9. Semester 2 already start हो चुका है, we are around the end of that and mostly syllabus is about to complete, right everybody? So we are focusing on the important units here. We'll start our revision there from the important chapters and then we'll be solving all the questions related to all the chapters there. So join me in this journey everybody, quickly subscribe there and let's start with our revision and preparation. We are starting with the chapter triangles today. Triangle is very important chapter. हमारे पास grade 9 में chapter है, grade 10, 11 and so on. आगे हमेशा काम आने वाला है. And very important concept in this chapter is congruence. About that we'll be learning. But first of all, let's start with the basics everyone. So let's understand what is a triangle. Yes everyone, what do you all know about triangle already? Yes, we know triangle is a closed figure with 3 line segments as its sides, right? Let's say we have a triangle ABC here. In this triangle, what all are the parts that we can talk about? क्या दिखाई दे रहा है हमें? Just look carefully. We have 3 sides, 1, 2 and 3. We have 3 angles and we have these 3 vertices. So when we have 3 non-collinear points joined to each other with the help of line segments, the figure we get is a triangle. So basically हम इसकी sides और angles के बारे में बात करेंगे, right? Next up is the classification of triangles everybody. Now classification of triangles can be done on 2 bases. First one is on basis of its side. साइड कैसी है वो हमें बताएंगे कि हमारी ट्रायंगल किस टाइप की है. लेट्स जस्ट सी हाउ. फर्स्ट वन इज अ scalene triangle. What is a scalene triangle? When in a triangle we have 3 different sides. That means the measure of the all 3 sides are different. For example, in this triangle ABC, we have the measure of the sides as 5 centimeter, 4 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Right? So what all we have here? 3 different sides. And the angles will also be different. Right? So we will have 3 different angles. तो क्या पता है हमें scalene triangle के बारे में? Whenever we have a triangle there जिसमें 3 different sides हैं, 3 different angles हैं, तो हमारी triangle का type क्या होगा? Scalene triangle. Okay, let's move to the next one. Now, next type of triangle is isosceles triangle. Now, in this triangle, what is there? 2 sides are equal, or we can say 1 pair of side we have as equal. Again, let's assume a triangle here. Let's say this is triangle ABC. दो sides का measure हमें given है 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter and the third side is 6 centimeter. Yes. So what can we see here everyone? 1 pair of side is equal or 2 sides of a triangle are equal. Right? What about angles then? 2 pair of angles will also be equal. 2 angles, right? 1 pair of angle is equal. And what are these angles? The angles opposite to the equal sides. Remember that. So, what we know about isosceles triangles, about the sides? 2 sides are equal. And what about angles? 2 angles are equal. Right? Okay then. So, scalene, no sides equal. Isosceles, 2 sides equal. What about the kind of triangle where all the 3 sides are equal everyone? Yes, that is equilateral triangle, right? So we have a triangle in which all the 3 sides are of the same measure. 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter and 6 centimeter. अब जब तीनों sides same है, तो angles के बारे में हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? Angles will also be equal. So in an equilateral triangle, we have all sides equal and we have all angles equal. Now, another interesting fact here. About triangles, do you all know the property everyone where we can write the sum of all the 3 interior angles? Yes, I am talking about the angle sum property. Yes. क्या होता है three angles का sum in a triangle. Yes everyone, that is 180 degrees, right? Now we know कि तीनों angle equal है, तीनों angle का sum हमारे पास है, तो we can write the measure of all the three angles. Yes everyone, that will be 60, 60, 60, right? Sum will be 180. So all the three angles in equilateral triangle will always be of the measure 60 degree, right? So three triangles done everyone. Scalene, all the sides different, all the angles different. Isosceles, two sides equal, two angles equal. And an equilateral triangle, all the three sides equal and all the three angles equal. Also measure of each angle is 60 degree. Okay then everyone, now you all are ready to solve some questions. Let's get started. So in equilateral triangle, yes, this we have already done. Okay, now classification of the triangle with the side length. Based on that, let's see the question everyone. Here you have the figure. Quickly look at the sides. 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 8 centimeter. Yes, what do we notice? Two sides are equal, right? So what type of triangle is it? Quickly comment down below. Yes, correct everybody. That is isosceles triangle. Right? Two sides are equal. That means what can we say about the angles? कितने angle equal होंगे? 2. These two can I say? No. The angles opposite to the equal sides. So these two angles will be equal. Right? Let's see the next one then. Again, classify the triangle. We can see the side lengths there. 7 centimeter, 9 centimeter, 11 centimeter. कोई दो sides equal है हमारे पास? 7, 9 and 11. No. All the three sides are different. So what type of triangle is it? Yes everyone, scalene triangle. Absolutely correct. Angles के बारे में हम क्या बोल सकते हैं? All the three angles will also be different. Right? Let's see the next one. Again, look at this triangle. We have the three sides as 6 centimeter, 6 centimeter and 6 centimeter. That means all the sides are equal. Right? So what type of triangle is it? Equilateral. In equilateral triangle, all the angles are equal. And what is the measure everyone? 60 degree each, right? Okay then, with that, let's move forward. Okay. Now, classification of triangle by angles. Based on sides we have understood everybody, three types are there. कि एक भी side equal नहीं होगी, दो equal होंगी, तीनों equal होंगी, right? Now let's try the same thing with the angles, right? How we can classify the triangles with the help of the angles. यहाँ हम बात करेंगे angle measure की. Okay, that what is the measure of the angle? So in that, let's look at the first one. So the first type we have is acute angled triangle. That is, जब हमारी triangle के angles का measure क्या होगा? Acute. And that means less than 90 degree. Yes everybody, all the three angles. All angles will have the measure less than 90 degree. Let's take an example. तो हमारे angles क्या हो सकते हैं? Let's say 60 degree. Yes, 70 degree. 50 degree. Is it possible? How we can find out? Yes, we know another property there, angle sum property. तीनों angles का sum होना चाहिए 180 degree. All three of them are acute. Yes, all three of them are less than 90 degree. So that is what? Acute angle triangle. Okay then. Let's move to the next one. Next we have right angled triangle. Which angle do we call right angle everybody? Yes, what is the measure? 90 degree. That means any triangle in which we have angle measuring 90 degree, that triangle is known as right triangle. Now how is it different? Acute triangle में क्या था? तीनों angle acute angles थे, right? But in a right triangle we can have one and only one angle to be 90 degree. तो बाकी दो angles क्या होंगे? Think of it. We know तीनों angles का sum है 180 degree. एक angle है 90, निकल गया चलो. Sum क्या बचा बाकी दो angles का? 90 degree. So दो angles जिनका sum 90 है, वो itself they will be less than 90 for sure. That means these two angles will be acute angles, right? And is it possible to have more than one right angle in a triangle? Think of it. दो angle हमारे पास 90 degree है, तो third angle का measure क्या होगा? Yes everyone, we know the sum should be 180 degree. इन दो का सम ऑलरेडी 180 हो रहा है, दैट मीन्स थर्ड एंगल हैज टू बी 0. No angle forming there, right? So that is not a possibility. Okay, that is not a possibility. Remember that whenever we have a right angle triangle, one angle will be of the measure 90 degree. बाकी दो क्या होंगे? Acute, right? Next type of triangle, everybody. Next we have obtuse angled triangle. That is, one angle will be obtuse. Why one angle? Same reason. Think of it. एक एंगल का मेजर अगर हमारे पास more than 90 degree है, let's say we are taking this angle as 120 degree, right? That means 180 minus 120 will be the sum of these two angles. दो angles जिनका sum ही 90 से कम है, individually 90 से कम होंगे, that means these two angles will be again acute angles. तो obtuse angle triangle में one obtuse angle, right angle triangle में one right angle. And you all know obtuse angle means measure more than 90 degree. Okay then everybody, based on angles we have understood three type of triangles again: acute angle triangle, right angle triangle, obtuse angle triangle. Let's practice some questions now. So classify the triangles here with the given angles. Let's see. 80 degree क्या है measure? Less than 90. Okay. Next angle 60 degree, again measure less than 90. Third angle is 40 degree, again measure less than 90. तीनों angles का measure less than 90. That means this is acute angle triangle. Next one. Okay then, what do we see here? Yes, quickly notice 90 degree angle there. So right away we can say it is a right angle triangle. बाकी दो angles भी देख लेते हैं, ठीक है? 45 degree, 45 degree, both less than 90. That means acute. One right angle, two acute angles. That means right angled triangle. Okay then everybody, let's move to the next question with that. Okay, again we have to classify 120 degree, 30 degree, 30 degree. Right away we can notice the measure of this angle. Yes, 120 degree, which is greater than 90. और जब हमारे पास एक angle हो greater than 90, then it becomes obtuse angle, right? One obtuse angle, two acute angles. So this is obtuse angled triangle. Okay then everyone, now that you are familiar with all the type of triangles here, let me give you one question because before we summarize this. Okay, let's say we have this triangle here, and in this we are given with, let's say, the name ABC, right? Here we have the side measure as 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 7 centimeter, right? Be very careful, notice all the things that I'm mentioning there. Everything will be important. Now let's talk about the angles as well. So here I have the angles as 60 degree, or let's take this one as 70 degree. degree. Now let's try to find what type of triangle is it. Okay, now on the basis of sides as well as on the basis of angles, we can write the name. Yes everybody, look at the measure of the sides. 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter. That means those sides equal hai. So what type of triangle is it? Isosceles triangle. Based on sides, done. Now what about based on angles there? 40 degree, 70 degree, 70 degree. तीनों angles का measure क्या है? Less than 90. That means acute angle triangle. Also isosceles triangle है तो दो angles का measure equal होना obvious है, right? So we have got an isosceles acute angled triangle. Okay then everybody, about the classification, let's quickly summarize what we have learned today. Okay, now a triangle we know is a closed figure with three sides, three angles and three vertices. Then we know the angle sum property, that is sum of three angles will always be 180 degree, no matter what type of triangle we have there. Next, based on sides, we have classified the triangles as scalene, equilateral and isosceles. In isosceles triangle, we have two sides equal. In scalene, all three sides different. In equilateral, all three sides equal. Talking about the angles, scalene में कोई angles equal नहीं, isosceles में two angles equal, equilateral all the three angles equal. Next classification we did on the basis of angles, everybody, angle measures. So acute angle triangle, where all three angles will be less than 90 degree. Then right angle triangle, one angle is exactly 90 degree, equal to 90 degree. Then obtuse angle triangle, one angle is more than 90 degree, right? Just be careful about these, all the angles, just one angle. And we just understood that triangles can be classified based on both, everybody, sides as well as the angles. Okay then everybody, so thank you very much. That was all for today's lecture. Quickly go to your school textbooks and NCERT books or whatever book you are referring there. Try solving all the questions, and if you have any problem or any interesting question related to the topic, quickly comment down below. And next time I will see you with the next concept there.